Okay. So we have this pine cone and we want to add a ruler with it. I'm going to go into Subtool and you'll notice that we have a list of our models. What we want to do is add the ruler model as another subtool. So we're going to go up to here, import 3D mesh. And then we're going to find our ruler model that I have sent to everyone. There it is. And depending on what the size of your model is, you can confirm with your collaborator, choose the whatever ruler. I'm going to go 10 centimeters, and I'm going to put in the dot OBJ. I wonder if I can do the dot FBX. So for the FBX import options, it'll ask you if you want to import certain things. Yeah, you want to toggle off import cameras and turn on import mats as polygroups. It's more, this means material. It shouldn't really matter. I press OK. Okay, so I have my ruler somewhere here. Oh, it's right over there. That. Oh, okay. All right. Rule of thumb, the ruler model is a plane. So if you're looking at it directly on the edge, it's not there. Okay, cool. Our ruler is right there. Awesome. You'll notice that when I imported the model, it created a whole other subtool palette. So we lost the other models. Don't worry, the other models are actually here. So I can click back in here and it'll show up again. What we want to do is add this ruler model to this subtool palette. We can do that by going down here and going to append. And I'll ask you to pick. We're going to click this P plane, which is our ruler. So now we have our ruler with our model together. Now we want to, if this is oriented properly, we want the ruler, let's say, to be standing upright. Yeah, let's say this is the right orientation we want, and we want the ruler to be standing upright like this, so we can measure the length of the stem and so forth. We're going to switch over to the ruler, select that. That should be selected now. And up here, we have different move tools. We're going to grab the regular move tool. And you'll notice that our manipulator, so where we can move it, the pivot point is not exactly in the middle or at, on the edge of this ruler. We can easily change that by zooming up to our ruler. And I'll show you. So you'll notice this padlock. As long as this padlock is locked, if we try to move the manipulator, it'll actually move the object. However, if we unlock this and we move the manipulator, now we're only moving like the pivot point, the area or the point where the object can be moved. So as long as it's unlocked, I can move this anywhere. And if I lock it again, then I can start moving it again. And a shortcut for unlocking it is holding Alt. Oh, there it is. Okay. So I'm holding Alt right now, and you can see it's unlocked. So as long as you hold Alt, it'll unlock itself. So if you want to snap, let's say this pivot point right on the edge, so it's easier to move around, we're going to hold Alt, and we're just going to left click any of the vertices that is at the end. So you'll see a little red dot. I'm going to click on that. Now the manipulator is snapped to that corner and has oriented itself nice and straight, which is perfect. Now I'm going to zoom out here, and you'll also notice that this is a 10 centimeter ruler. However, this pine cone is definitely not over 10 centimeters. So you might have to scale this accordingly to whatever units or what it needs to look like. And I did that by drawing the yellow square here. It scales it on all 3 axes. Then you'll notice that my ruler isn't perfectly straight. You can tell because you can see this arc in the x-axis here and the arc in the red axis. If I was making it straight, it should look something more like this, like completely straight. A quick way to do that is if you hold shift, it'll snap it in different increments. So right now it's snapping in 5 degrees. So if I'm holding shift and I click and dragging, it's snapping it to 5 degrees. Now that looks more straight. And we can do the same thing on this rotation axis. If I hold shift and drag, it will start snapping it in 5-degree increments. And it'll tell you the number on the bottom and what degrees you're turning it on. So if you want it perfectly straight, you can go up to 90 degrees. So that's completely perpendicular. And then you want to match it to, zoom it real close if you want. It doesn't have to be super exact. You can move this so it is right on the line. And once it's right on the line, you want to move it out of the way. Just grab one of the axes and pull it apart like that. Okay, so from this point, we have the ruler next to the pine cone. They're in separate subtools, which is what we want. We want to make sure that both of them have the eye visible. So they're both visible. And then we're going to go up to here, the Z plugin. And under the FBX export and import, we're going to toggle on visible right here. You can keep it as a binary. That should be fine. Yeah, and that should be fine. And everything else should be fine. Make sure this is on as normals. And then we're going to export, but I'm going to double check the options here. I'm going to toggle off export cameras because we don't need that. And we're going to toggle off import cameras just in case. Then we're going to hit export, the big button here. Now it'll ask you where to save it. I'm going to save it, wherever the folder is. In this case, it sounds like a workshop. I'm just going to save it here. And I'm going to name this pinecone. Awesome. So that just exported that. I'm going to navigate to that folder right here. There we go. Okay. So this is the model file that it actually created, pineconeruler.fbx, which is perfect because in Sketchfab accepts rulers that you can look at. This is an earlier model that I uploaded that we can look at after I upload the other one real quick. So this is going to be saved as a draft. Put an upload, and then we're going to grab and drag our pinecone ruler FBX right in there. Upload files. So that's going to process and upload. It'll take a little bit. Okay, great. So that's going to be processing. It shouldn't take too long, but we're going to leave it for now. Okay, so we waited a bit and uploaded our pinecone and ruler. And you will notice we have both our pinecone and ruler. I'm going to edit 3 settings because I realized that we still don't see the numbers on the ruler. Yes, there are no numbers. And we can change the background color going down here so we can see a bit clearer. Okay, so yes, so there are no numbers on the ruler. However, we can fix that in Sketchfab really easily. We're going to go to the Materials tab. And we're going to click on the ruler. It should get highlighted in yellow, like that. And under base color, we're going to go to texture, and we're going to import texture. So in the zip folder I sent everyone for the ruler, you should also have received in that folder the texture file for the ruler, just in case for situations like these. So I'm going to go to the ruler, and this is a 10 centimeter ruler. So I'm going to go in here, and this is the texture for it. I'm going to hit open. Okay, so now that's uploaded in, and now the ruler texture is visible with the pine cone, and it looks all nice and nifty. Again, if it is not oriented properly, you can orient it upright like this. Don't worry about the grid. And you have it like that. Then save settings. And if you are ready to publish, then publish and send the link over.